Hello traders, it's your one and only Forex Q coach, Team Legend, and I'm super excited having you all here today on this one. Alright, so today in this video guys, I'll be teaching you a simple strategy that I use to trade the fundamental. Alright, when it comes to trading the currency pairs, you don't just want to focus on your price action and technical analysis and sentiment analysis alone. You want to always make sure that you also put fundamental analysis at your fingertips. Very important, okay, for the currency market. Now, if you want to read your fundamental, if you want to read your news, you have sites like Forex Factory. All right, you can use those kind of a site to read the news. You have my Forex book, all right, my FX book. You can always use it also to get news information. All right, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm just here to go straight to the point, which is what to teach you a very simple strategy that you can use to trade the news. For those of you who would love to trade the news, or who love to trade the news, this strategy is very awesome and wonderful, and I use it too. All right, so before we proceed, if this is your first time on my channel, please could you do me a little favor, smash the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on so that you don't miss out a single thing. Because right here in this channel, all I post are winning strategies you can use to win against the financial market, be it the boom and crash, volatility index, forex currencies. All right, so you want to make sure you don't miss out a thing. Smash the subscribe button right now, turn the notification bell on, and if you've done that, congrats to you. All right, and the next thing you want to do is to make sure you follow me on Telegram. You want to make sure you don't miss out any single updates, my analysis, signals, and so on. So let's get straight into the business. Now we know already that whenever a news comes up, like I explained earlier, all right, you're gonna notice something like you're gonna see price, let's say a bearish trend. All right, so you have a bearish trend coming up and down and up and down. All right, once a news is released, that news, when it creates an effect in the market, it could be a bullish effect, and what price is actually going to do if it's a bullish effect is you're going to see price rally straight up to the top for a long time. Sometimes it could be for a long time, sometimes it could be for a short time. All right, so depending on how depending on the amount of impact that the news had on price at the time when it was released, all right, that's what makes it move as high as it moves or as low as it moves. Sometimes you may likely see some news that might not have so much impact, and you're just going to notice that price wouldn't move as high as this, but rather might just likely move a little and continue the downtrend. All right, why sometimes you're going to notice price even go very high, up to 100 pips sometimes, depending on how high the impact of the news is. All right, now one of the markets that actually creates good impacts in the fundamental is NFP, which is a non-farm payroll. Okay, those kind of markets, those kind of news moves the markets. Also unemployment or employment news also moves the markets with high impact sometimes. All right, so for you to be able to read the news, the first thing you always want to do is to visit those websites which I gave you earlier, things like Forex Factory. Okay, so this is Forex Factory. Now what you want to do is, any day you just wake up like you want to trade, you want to make sure you first of all visit your fundamental. You want to check out, is there a news for today? All right, if you look, so you just notice that you have 3 different kinds of envelopes here, right? Now you have the yellow one, you have the gray, you have the red. All right, okay, then you also have the orange. So we have 4 of them. All right, now the difference between all of them is the gray, the yellow, and the orange. They don't really have so much impact against the chart or against price. All right, so when the news of these ones are released, market just makes little or no move or continues its normal trend. But whenever you notice whenever you notice news with this kind of a red color, it means there's gonna be a high impact in the markets. Just like you see here, it says high impact expected. I just want to give you this very simple strategy on how to trade this news with my experience so far and how I've been using it, and it's been working. That's why I want to expose it to you guys. Now, for instance, if we have price on a downtrend, all right, so let's say for instance we have price coming rallying down to the downside, right? And then we have a news probably coming up by, let's say we have a news coming up by 1 p.m. all right. If you have a news coming up by 1 p.m., you just want to make sure that you stay focused and waiting for the time. Now, I would advise you that you wait for the time 30 minutes before the time. All right, getting prepared 30 minutes before the time. Now, this is what you want to do as someone waiting to take advantage of the news. What are you actually trying to take advantage of? You're trying to take advantage of that long spike, because the spike, when it comes into the market, it sometimes it can create up to 20 pips, 30 pips, even 50 to 100 pips sometimes, depending on how high the impact is, like I said earlier. So you want to take advantage of that long spike. And one thing is that news does not respect technical analysis. All right, news does not respect price action. So even if you have your support and resistance or your trend lines and news is released, it does not respect it. It makes sure that it moves as long as it wants to move, depending on how high the impact is. And then once it's done moving, price continues the normal move. Soon, you want to make sure that number one, you get out of the market. If you are on any trade, you want to either get out of the market or set your stop loss to protect whatever little profit that you've made so far. Okay, then the next thing you want to do is this. All right, so let's say price gave us another down move. All right, so what you want to do is you want to set two different price orders. One price order you want to set is going to be a sell stop. All right, you're gonna open up a sell stop, and you're also going to open up a buy stop. I hope you understand what the buy stop and sell stop means. Okay, I believe you must have heard sell limit, buy limit, right? So you should also know what sell stop and buy stop is. So for instance, for buy stop simply means that you believe price should get to this zone. All right, buy stop means that price is below the zone and you believe that it should get to this zone and continue buying. All right, so the idea behind it is that you want price to get to your buy stop, trigger it, and continue buying, which means you join the train or you join the trend. All right, the same thing vice versa simply means that if you set a sell stop, your price at that time should be above. All right, that's what makes it a sell stop. All right, and you're expecting the price should move and trigger your sell stop and continue downward and get you into the market and continue downward. That's a sell stop. So for the news trading, this strategy to trade news, what you want to use is buy stop and sell stop. I hope you understand. If you understand what I just said, comment below buy stop and sell stop. Comment it below. All right, so you're not using a buy limit, you're not using a sell limit, you're using buy stop and sell stop. So with the idea that I gave you, I told you that it's buy stop is words price should hit your buy stop limit and go upward, and or sell stop means price should hit your sell stop and continue downward. So now the idea is you open up a buy limit above the normal price where price is currently, and you open up what a sell stop below price. So using your arrow, you can use your arrow, your ruler, I mean to say, you can use your ruler measurement to measure from here to here. Let me see, this is 85 pips, so let's say we want to use 20 pips, okay, or let me say for instance let me use 40 pips on for this teaching right now, because if we're on the normal chart we'll be able to see what I want to show you clearly though. So for here now we just have, like, let's say 40 pips. All right, here from here we have, from normal price we have 40 pips. Just give me 40 pips. All right, okay, let me just put it here. So here is 40 pips. So if here is 40 pips, then I will bring my buy stop here. All right, and then I will take another 40 pips. All right, from where price is currently, another 40 pips is about here. Okay, let me put it here. All right, so I'll put my sell stop right here. Okay, so what's the idea? The idea behind this is, if the news is released, okay, what you're expecting is that if price will have to play around for a while, and before the news is being released, okay, once the news is released, if it's a sell, if it's a news that makes price go selling, this is what you would notice. Price will go up for a little while, and then you see the spike move, get you into the train, and continue moving. Depending on how high the impact is, price will get you in and you be in massive profits. All right, and if it was a news that moved price to the upside, price would always play around. You can even notice that sometimes price will really want to come down, all right, for a little while before that news moves price high, gets you into hits your buy stop and gets you in the moving train, and you be in profits. All right, now one reason why you always want to make sure that you set your buy stop and your sell stop at least 30 to 40 pips away from normal prices, because whenever news is about to be released, you would always notice a naughty move in the market, such as price would likely want to come up. If it's going to be a news that's going to sell, price might likely want to go up a little bit to see if there's anybody trying to use this kind of a strategy to set up orders, and it's going to hit them, mitigate their orders, and move massively selling, and that's going to be a huge loss for anybody who it hurts. All right, the same vice versa. If it's going to be a bullish move, you will notice price will play around, come down a little bit to see if there's anybody who have placed any order, sell, if to see if there's anybody who must have placed any buy limit order. It's going to trigger them, get them into the markets, all right, and buy to the upside, and that's going to be a loss for them. Okay, so that's why you want to make sure that setting your buy stop or your sell stop, you want to make sure that you put it at least 30 to 40 pips away from normal price, and you have to be vigilant. Don't just set it there and leave. Okay, you have to be vigilant when you set the buy stop or sell stop. Make sure you set your stop loss also, and be there, be on your charts. Why do I say be on your chart? Because you want to make sure that price does not do that trick against you. You mitigate your order and start going bullish massively against you. So you want to make sure that you're watching what's happening as price is busy coming down. You want to know if maybe you need to continue to adjust a little bit until the real move begins, or you want to know if price continues to come down and begins the real move. Once it begins the real move, you want to make sure you delete the sell stop you have and let the buy stop be there for price to move it further. All right, so I will just give you a little example on the chart so that you can see how this thing really works. All right, so let me see if I've got any news around. Let me see if I can see any news around that I can use for this example, and that's gonna be perfect, all right, for you guys. All right, I think I've got a news here. All right, there's a wonderful spike in the market. So this occurred around let me see, okay, 4 p.m. What date is that? 30th of November. Let me see if there was actually any news on the 30th of November. That should be November 2021, I guess so. All right, let me see. 30th of November USD, 4 p.m. all right, so Fed Chairman Powell testifies. Who knows what he said? All right, if you want to know, you can just click here to know what's up, but that's not what we're here for. Okay, so let's just go 4 p.m. November 30th USD. All right, and that what we're looking at currently is the USD. So you want to know, always understand that when you want to follow the fundamental, all right, if it's based on any pair, just like we have this news that came on card, all right, so it means that any pair that pairs up with card, maybe card JPY or USD card, you always will see that impact. So this was for USD, so that's why we have on USD GBP we had the impact here 4 p.m. So now you see what happened here, right? You see exactly how price made that move. Now this is how you want to trade this. All right, so for instance, this was where price was before the spike took place. So what you want to do is to set your buy stop, all right, and your sell stop. Now 40 pips away, let's say 40 pips away from here, this is like 40 pips away, okay, or let's use 30 pips first. So that's why I say you just want to make sure you're always on your charts, don't leave your charts. All right, so 30 pips, we have what? Sell stop here. All right, and then let's use another 30 pips for buy. 30 pips, okay, somewhere here, and then we set our buy limit 30 pips here. So now you would notice that after price played around, the moment the news was released, you see the huge spike that took place, and this spike was about, let's see how many pips was this spike, about, okay, we even moved down up to this side before the bears pushed down. It was about 85 pips, and that's quite a huge amount of money to make in the markets. So this is, so anybody who had set a buy stop around this zone when the news was released would have been in a profit of, let's say if his buy stop was set here, all right, he should have been in profit of about 58 pips, and that's quite a lot of money. All right, quite a lot of money. So that's a simple strategy to use to trade against the news. All right, so just set your buy stop and sell stop few pips away from the normal price, and then set your stop losses and wait for the D time. Once the news is released, observe what market is doing. Once your buy stop is triggered and price is rallying to the upside, you're gonna be in good profit. So what you want to do is just to make sure you close the sell limits or the sell stop that you opened, and let this one continue to ride while you continue to you throw your stop loss to break even, keep taking profits, keep protecting your profits till the news stops. Once the news stops, you always notice another thing, that once the news stops, price will want to rally down, because this move would really affect the forex as it affected the forex markets. Okay, a lot of money were thrown and flinged around and here and there, so all this correction will begin to come forth gradually to correct this massive move. So that's also another opportunity you can also take to sell. Once you notice the news has ended, you can likely want to place a few sell, but there's no need being greedy. If you have made from pips a lot of pips from here to here, there's no need being greedy, right? So I hope this strategy works for you guys, and I hope you really understood everything I explained. If you did, please smash the like button. If you really love this video, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out a single thing, and I'll see you on the next video. For the meantime, stay safe and keep winning.